Stop. Listen with your chest, not just your ears. This isn't random. The timing, the tug in your spirit, the way your heart just leaned forward, this is arranged. Heaven has leaned close and whispered your name. Your guardian has been pacing the edge of your life, trembling with urgency, pleading that you don't look away now, because this very night, your name has been inscribed on a living page that glows with miracles. The seal is warm, the ink is light. The scroll bears your story, and the moment is open like a door. If you close your heart, this doorway will not hold itself ajar forever. But if you dare to stay, if you dare to breathe and believe, everything changes from this breath forward. I speak to you as one who has seen the rooms you cried in, those rooms with curtains drawn, where your tears left halos on the pillow and your courage whispered, "One more day." I have watched you go silent in crowded places, swallowing your pain so others wouldn't drown in it. I counted every sigh you hid behind a practiced smile. I stood beside you when loyalty left, when promises evaporated, when laughter at your expense echoed longer than you expected. I watched the storm plot against you and I said, "Not this one. This one is mine." While shadows negotiated for your surrender, I set angels to the borders of your life. While darkness tried to coil around your future, I set fire in your bones that would not let you quit. You asked me, again and again, soft or angry or exhausted, when? When will the ground stop shaking? When will the tide stop dragging me under? When will the cold leave my bones and the weight leave my shoulders? You thought I didn't answer. But I've been answering in ways that didn't look like answers yet. Moving people, closing doors that would have caged you, opening windows you were too hurt to notice. And now I put a voice on it. This is the hour I have chosen. Not eventually, not someday, not at the edge of your patience, now. The calendar of heaven lands on your name tonight. Feel it. How the air around you is different. There's peace sliding into the room like warm light under a door. There's oil finding every crack in your heart, soothing what was blistered, softening what turned to stone just to survive. There's a quiet order arriving where chaos kept its suitcase unpacked. What you called delay was preparation. What you called silence was strategy. You were being fitted for the blessing that would have crushed you had it arrived sooner. You call it suffering. I call it shaping. The world tried to rename you. It tried to stitch labels to your skin. Unworthy, too late, too much, not enough. They spoke like they knew your limits. They judged from the outside and missed the architecture I was building inside you. Let them speak. Watch me answer without words. I will seat your victory at a table in plain view of every voice that called you disqualified. Not to embarrass them, but to remind you that human verdicts do not outrank holy plans. I am not sending you a small relief. I'm orchestrating a reversal. The ground is tilting in your favor. The things you lost are waking. The doors that would not move will unlock because they recognize the hand that fashioned the key. The places where you were mocked will become places of marvel. Those who walked ahead pretending you didn't matter will look back and see you standing where no one expected you to stand. Steady, luminous, deeply at peace. Hear me, I never left you. When you were sure you were alone, I was the stillness you felt but couldn't name. When your hands trembled too much to hold on, I became the anchor. When your breath came shallow, I widened your lungs. When friends grew few, I multiplied. My nearness. My presence is not a visitor. My presence is home. Tonight, I will prove how close I have always been. You will know it from the inside out. If your spirit agrees, say so. This is a covenant moment. Speak life. Whisper, I receive if your voice shakes. Consent is the language of miracles. Faith is the door. Step through. You have carried more than you were designed to carry, and yet you did not break. You lifted weights that belonged to whole families, whole cities, whole histories. You stood under the weather of other people's storms and still made room for their safety. You told yourself your heart could handle it because it had to. But I never intended for you to live as a shelter that never rests. I am your shelter. I am your roof in a violent rain. I am your sunrise when the night refuses to end. Hand me what is crushing you. The strength you admired in yourself was me, and the strength you need next is also me. I remember the night you thought you would stop believing. I remember the way your chest tightened when the phone rang and the news came. I remember the letter that said no. I remember the second no, and the third, and how you started to plan a smaller life around smaller hopes. But watch this. I specialize in enlarging rooms you thought would always be narrow, in blooming gardens where you buried dream seeds and walked away. Every seed watered by tears is growing in secret. The buried is becoming a root system. The hidden is becoming a harvest. You were not born for perpetual winter. You were not called to identify with your wounds forever. I stitched eternity into your ribs. I hid songs in your breath. I crowned you with favor when you were still learning your own name. Do you feel the crown? You doubt it because humility learned to call itself unworthy. But humility and self-disqualification are not the same. You are allowed to stand tall without arrogance. You are allowed to shine without apology. You are allowed to take up the space that grace has paid for. You ask for a sign. I give you a sequence. Watch the next days. Conversation aligning out of nowhere. A message arriving that resets a story. An idea that won't let you sleep because it tastes like freedom. An invitation you didn't solicit. A door you once knocked on now opening from the inside. This isn't coincidence. It's choreography. My timing is not late. It is layered. I build so that what I give you lasts. I am not asking you to ignore your pain. I am asking you to hand it to me before it hardens into identity. Your wounds taught you caution, but they do not get to define what you expect from the future. Bring me the nights you can't forget. Bring me the names that still sting. Bring me the photographs your memory won't burn. I make mosaics out of shattered glass. I turn the sharpest pieces into windows that refract light. What cut you will not always bleed you. Soon, it will beautify you. There is a fire inside you that frightens the darkness. It is the reason the warfare was so persistent. If you were empty, the enemy would be indifferent. But you carry a frequency that destabilizes lies. You carry an aroma that draws help. You carry a key that fits doors you've never seen. Your voice is an instrument. Tune it with gratitude. Your worship is a weapon. Swing it gently. It hits hard. Your thank you opens highways that your striving could never pave. Every time you bless what you don't yet understand, the unseen shifts. I am appointing alignment. The right people are already moving in your direction. The right room is being arranged, chairs placed, spotlight angled, microphones tested. Your name is being spoken in circles you have not entered yet. This is not because you networked better. It is because I authored it. You won't have to pretend to be someone else to belong. You were not created to shrink, to fit into spaces that dishonor your destiny. Walk where you can exhale. Stay where you don't have to hide your light to keep other people comfortable. I will teach you the holy art of gentle boundaries. Nothing that matters about you is late. You are not behind. You are on time for your assignment because I am the clock. The detours protected you from destinations that would have starved your joy. The delays protected you from agreements that would have taxed your soul. What looked like wasted years are becoming wisdom years. What looked like exile became training. What you survived is now authority. You don't just talk about storms, you carry maps through them. Do not be afraid of newness. It will feel like standing up after a long car ride. Awkward at first, a little wobbly, then beautifully inevitable. I will teach your legs the rhythm of forward. I will teach your lungs the rhythm of deep. I will teach your heart the rhythm of trust. Leave the old language of doom where it belongs. Your tongue has power. Stop cursing what you want to bless. Speak to your life like it's listening, because it is. Say, I am guided. I am protected. I am provided for. I am loved on purpose. I am a home for peace. I am a magnet for right doors. I am not who pain said I was. I am who love says I am. You will laugh again, and it will not be thin or nervous. It will be round and contagious. You will sleep and wake without dread. Your body will remember what safety feels like. You will breathe without counting the cost of hope. Your mind will release the movie of worst-case scenarios and start screening visions that partner with promise. You will notice color again, flavor again, songs you used to skip because they hurt too much. This is healing. It is happening, even now. I do not judge you for how you coped. I know why you built those walls. They were necessary then. They are unnecessary now. Let us take them down together, brick by careful brick. Beneath them is the softness you thought was gone. Beneath them is the curiosity you thought had died. Beneath them is the child I first called by name, the one who laughed easily and trusted quickly. I will protect that softness while I make you strong. Strength without tenderness is armor that rusts. Tenderness without strength is a door without a lock. I am giving you both. You will not drown in this river. I walk on it. You will not burn in this furnace. I meet you in it. You will not be crushed by this mountain. I speak to it. When I say, peace, be still, I do not negotiate with storms. I command them. Remember who is in your boat. Remember who owns the wind. Remember who measures the ocean in his hand. I have not lost track of you in the crowd. I see you like a lighthouse sees ships, through fog, through distance, through night. Your family is under my hand. Your resources are under my hand. Your tomorrow is under my hand. I am not indifferent to your bills, your deadlines, your timelines. I am the provider who multiplies loaves and clears seas. I am the architect who adds rooms to futures you thought were fully built. Walk with me and watch how the needs bow to the plan. You will see solutions stand up in places you assumed were empty. You will see favor line up like morning birds on a wire. Do not trade your calling for company that cannot honor it. Loneliness will not last. Compromise would. Trust me with your tribe. I am gathering those who speak your language of faith and action. Those who will hold up your arms when the work is heavy. Those who will tell you the truth with tenderness. I am also removing those who drink your energy and return nothing but noise. Let them go without bitterness. What leaves you now was not sized for where you're going. Pruning is not punishment, it is precision. I have already forgiven what you still rehearse against yourself. Drop the case. The court of heaven is not interested in prosecuting what mercy has dissolved. Shame is a thief that dresses like responsibility. You don't owe your past a lifetime of apology. Receive the lesson, carry the wisdom, release the whip. Freedom is not irresponsibility. It is alignment with what I have said about you. Your worship is opening corridors as you read this. Gratitude is unclogging the pipes of your promise. The gratitude that says, thank you for what I cannot see yet, is dynamite in the foundations of fear. Every thank you is a hammer in your hand. Every praise is a sword you swing without strain. You were never meant to win by panic. You were meant to win by presence. Lift your chin. This is not denial of reality. This is recognition of authority. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. My word outlives statistics. My promise outlasts cycles. I am not confined by headlines, market graphs, or moods. Watch me feed you in famine. Watch me water you in drought. Watch me crown you in seasons that make no sense to anyone but me. That is how they will know. It was me. You will enter rooms soft and unafraid. You will carry a quiet that calms chaos. You will speak, and people will hear hope wake up in them. Not because you shout, but because you embody what you say. I am making you an answer, not just a seeker. Your story will be evidence. You will tell of mountains that moved when you stopped trying to push them and started trusting the one who speaks to rock like it's listening. You will tell of chains that fell off, not when you tugged harder, but when you lifted your hands and let me unlock what you couldn't. You will tell of nights that ended while the sky was still dark, because light began inside you first. Let me be the roof over your fear and the floor under your courage. Let me be the orbit that keeps your planets from flying apart. I am not a far star. I am breath close, closer than the pulse in your neck, closer than your favorite memory, closer than the doubt that tries to talk you out of this moment. Put your hand on your heart. Feel that steadiness? I hold that rhythm. I will not let it fail. From this night forward, expect guidance. Expect holy coincidences. Expect the tenderness of well-timed words and the firmness of doors that refuse to reopen to what once harmed you. Expect to be surprised by peace in places that used to trigger panic. Expect to be guided away from rooms that glamorize what starves your soul. Expect laughter to return as a daily language. Expect sleep to become sanctuary. Let the future expand. Ask largely. Your carefulness has kept you modest about what you request, as if you were an inconvenience in a busy heaven. You are not a bother. You are beloved. Ask for the kind of wholeness that surprises doctors. Ask for the kind of provision that rewrites budgets. Ask for the kind of reconciliation that silences gossip. Ask for the kind of opportunity that matches the architecture of your calling. You cannot bankrupt grace by asking. My child, I name you, chosen, guarded, anointed, provided for, set apart, unshakable by accident, and unbreakable by design. I do not consult your failures to predict your future. I consult my own intentions. I begin what I finish, and I finish what I begin. I am finishing fear in you. I am finishing survival and graduating you into life. I am finishing scarcity and initiating stewardship. I am finishing self-suspicion and initiating holy confidence. When fear gets loud, answer it with memory. Remember the small rescues, the ride that arrived at the right time, the friend who checked on you when you didn't post for days, the invoice that cleared just before the rent was due, the headache that left when someone whispered a prayer over your name. These are not accidents. They are breadcrumbs. Follow them back to my character. I am consistent. I am kind. I am not easily provoked or easily bored with your process. I do not grow weary of your questions. Bring them. I am the answer and the place to ask. You will not need to hustle your way into this blessing. Walk in. Your work will matter, but it will not be frantic. I am removing the heavy yoke from your neck. What you carry next will fit you. It will look like you and feel like home. Your gifts will not feel like tricks you perform to keep attention. They will feel like rivers that run even when no one is watching. I will bring your name up where it needs to be known and hide it where anonymity protects you. Trust my management of your visibility. Lift your eyes. Help is not coming. It is here. Provision is not thinking about you. It is at your doorstep. Angels are not debating your worth. They are already at their posts, surrounding your dwelling like a quiet army. The atmosphere has shifted. The old sentence over your life has been overturned. Where there was rubble, I am laying blueprints. Where there was smoke, I am clearing sky. Where there was chronic almost, I am delivering finally. Let this be the moment you stop negotiating with the past. Bless it for what it taught you, and release it so your hands are free to receive. Stand in the size of your calling. Breathe like you own your lungs. Smile like you respect your survival. Then do the simple, brave thing in front of you. Answer the email. Make the call. Forgive the name. Write the plan. Rest on purpose. Say yes where peace is present, and no where peace is absent. I will meet you in motion. I am your shelter, your strategy, your supply and your song. I am your healer where medicine can't go, and your medicine where healing takes time. I am your defender where slander travels fast, and your vindication where truth is slow. I am your rest when calendars scream, and your rhythm when silence feels foreign. There is no square inch of your life I am unwilling to enter and bless. Now let's mark this in your memory. Tonight is different. Let this be the night you looked up and felt seen from the inside out. Let this be the night the shame lost its microphone. Let this be the night you remembered. You are not a mistake. You are a miracle under construction. Place your hand over your heart again. Say it aloud if you can. Whisper if you must. I trust God with my life. I release what is not for me. I welcome what has my name on it. I agree with heaven's timing. I receive the reversal. I carry peace on purpose. I am ready. Walk with courage. Speak with kindness. Love with depth. Refuse to shrink. Keep your gratitude loud and your fears on mute. Watch what happens when you give me your yes. Watch the chains that rattled for years fall quiet. Watch the keys appear for rooms you thought were locked for life. Watch your story stand up and glow. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are fiercely, endlessly, deliberately loved. And as you rest, I surround your home like morning light before the sun, gentle and unstoppable. I steady your breath. I calm your thoughts. I keep watch while you sleep. When dawn reaches for your window, strength will meet your feet before they touch the floor. You will rise different. You will move with ease. You will carry an answer where you used to carry a question. This is your turning. This is your testimony beginning. This is your name written clear across a future I already walked and blessed.